So I get this question a lot. Hey doc, how do you balance your family life with your career? And it's a great question because oftentimes you find yourself juggling so much because you're trying to satisfy these things, you're trying to satisfy these people, and oftentimes you're left in a position where you can't even satisfy your damn self. You see what I'm saying? So what I've had to do is learn to implement a few things that have drastically changed the way that I approach everything. You want to know what I did? Stay tuned. Hey, what up, my people? How you doing? How you feeling? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Now, listen, my name is Dr. Adesola Fade, and I'm your soon-to-be favorite optometrist. Now, listen, if it's your first time here with me today, thank you so much for being here. But please do me a favor. Consider subscribing to the channel, like this video, share it with someone else so that you can let the algorithm know what you want to see, which is my content, man, because I'm dropping it hot and ready like a Little Caesar's pizza. Now, listen, what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about how I'm able to juggle my family life with my career life, okay? Now, I'm just going to share with some things with y'all that work for me personally. Other people might do it differently, and that's okay. That's fine. But these are some of the common things that I do, which are pretty standard for most people. But a lot of this boils down to being very, very intentional, okay? Coming in at number one, what I do is I set boundaries and I create guidelines for myself. Everything's on the schedule, okay? So basically what that means is that if I gotta work, whatever I'm doing stops at a particular time. And when it stops, okay? So I make sure that I set up the guidelines properly. So if the project, or if I get off at this time and I'm doing this thing or whatever it is that I'm doing, I make sure that I stop it when it's time to stop. A lot of times what I would used to do is I would let things linger. I would let work linger. I would do things and I'd be like, oh, I'm done doing this, but I'm still doing it. Or I'm done looking at emails, but I'm still looking at them. I'm done working on this project, but I'm still working on it. I'm going to stop working on charts at this time, but I'm still doing it. So I think for me, the first thing I had to do was realize like, yo, you're a workaholic, right? You need to set yourself some guidelines and some boundaries, man. Like when it's time to stop it, you got to stop it. Okay. So that's what I did. I just put a stop to it. When it's done, it's done. Coming in at number two is that I leave work at work. I do not bring what's going on over there and bring that over here. Because at the end of the day, what's going on over there personally or professionally ain't got nothing to do with what's going on over here, okay? My kids don't really care, nor do they want to hear how bad my work day was. They not worried about all that, right? They need daddy to still be daddy no matter what. And that's just the way it is. So, I try not to conflate the two situations. Now, I'm in a fortunate situation because my wife is actually an optometrist as well. So this place actually is a place of solace for me because we can come home and we can actually share our days together because we kind of somewhat speak the same language. She goes through some of the things I'm going through. She experiences some of the same stuff that I do. So when we speak, it's actually a place of relief because it's like, I get it, you get it, and we're kind of on the same pace, in the same place. She can share cases that she's had. She can share patients that she's had. I can share the same thing with her, and it's amazing. So that does work for me in a particular way, but I definitely try not to bring the baggage of it back home, right? Because it's not really healthy for nobody, and nobody really cares, to be honest, man. Nobody really cares. So coming in at number three is that I leverage my team and I delegate stuff. See, there's a famous quote that says, if you want to go fast, then go alone. Now, if you want to go far, then you got to go together. Okay, that means you got to bring people with you along the ride for the journey. So what does that mean to me? I had to realize I actually can't do everything. If I really want to be at the level that I really want to be at and get to my maximum potential, it's actually going to require me to leverage other people and their skill sets. So that means that I don't have to do everything. The reason why this is important is because, watch this, I used to think that I had to do everything and get it out the mud. That's what we call it. When you do everything by yourself, you don't get no help, and it's almost like a rite of passage, like you pat yourself on the back like, oh, nobody helped me do nothing. I did it all by myself. But at the end of the day, you're going fast. But where you going ain't nowhere. if you want to take it to the next level, you got to leverage other people's talents. And that's what I've done. So that relieved me of a lot of strain and stress of a lot of things that got to get done, because now I can just rely on other people who have certain skill sets to get those things done for me. So that's been a tremendous help. So coming in at number 4, probably the most important part in this entire thing, Rich, is really just intentionality, right? I've made quality time more important than quantity time. So that means that at the end of the day, like, I'm present. I can be present all day and not be present. Makes sense? I can be here, but not mentally be there, you know? And I've had to be more intentional about saying, listen, like, it doesn't matter if I'm here for an hour, 30 minutes with my kids, with my wife, whatever, or I stop what I'm doing to be more present. I'll stop it, put my phone down, turn the camera off, turn the laptop off, do these certain things to make sure that I'm really getting the maximum amount of time that I need and make it quality. Because ultimately, like, these are the moments that I really want to cherish the most. So no matter what it is, whether I'm putting my kids to bed, whether I'm, back when I was changing diapers, or, if I'm making, a meal for them, or whatever it is that I'm doing, whatever time I'm sharing with them, I want to make sure it's meaningful. I know when I'm putting my kids to bed, I'd always just kind of run in and say, okay, kids, like, love you, good night, and I'm out. But see, now it's like there's a little bit more of like I'm gonna sit there and wait. I'm gonna be like, hey, I said I love you. And I'm gonna wait for them to say I love you back, right? Because now it matters to me to like be that more intentional with it, because those are the little things that matters the most in life, right? It's the little things. It's not just the big stuff. So I think that like being more intentional about quality time versus just quantity time has dramatically changed everything. So guys, these are kind of my things that I've implemented that has worked for me. If you guys have other things that you guys do to balance your career and your family life, drop them down in the comments. But at the end of the day, man, it's all love from me. I just want to say thank y'all for rocking with me and in this particular journey. I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm gonna leave y'all alone for today and for right now, but I'm gonna see y'all again at the next video, okay? And once again, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it possibly with someone else who might be in the same position or who may be able to benefit from this, okay? The last thing I want to leave y'all with is what I always say, okay? And never forget this, but always keep your vision clear. Be blessed. Peace out.